Hello and welcome, stakeholders of Rogue Valley Adventist Academy. Thank you so much for being here tonight. My name is Dr. Jordan E. Montana Richards, and through the next 10 to 15 minutes, I will be showcasing an instructional design plan or project on how music literacy may be the answer to some of the financial issues we are facing as a church school. And just a note here so that we're all on the same page, every time you see or hear RBAA, that stands for our church school, Rogue Valley Adventist Academy. And every time you see the letters IDP, that stands for Instructional Design Plan. Although the financial situation is subject to change year by year, our mission and purpose here at RVAA will stand as firm as the rock upon which Jesus built his church in Matthew 16, verses 15 through 16. Our mission is to educate, mold, and inspire service through a personal relationship with Jesus Christ. We aim to guide students to focus on Jesus and his redemptive power over the temptations and sin and the world. And we accomplish this task through our teachers, who are to be Christ-like models and mentors to our students, pointing them towards Him who is the way, the truth, and the life. As a result, we prepare and challenge students to search the Scriptures for truth, strive for excellence in everything they do, and provide opportunities for our students to experience the joy of service. The desired outcomes of this instructional design project are to 1. Increase music literacy for students, 2. Increase music enrollments, and 3. As a result, increase funding by stakeholder performances. We plan to increase student music literacy through teaching them note, rhythm, interval, scale, and chord identification, construction, and performance, solfege singing, and performance etiquette. We plan to increase music enrollment by 1. Demonstrating how well our students can sound with proper training, knowledge, and skill, 2. Utilizing technology and game-based learning to maintain relevance to students and provide extracurricular activities, and 3. As a result, positively impacting the student perception and culture surrounding school, private, and public music performances. We plan to increase funding by touring our student music ensembles around to different church stakeholders and community locations, which will demonstrate the investment our stakeholders are making when they financially support RVAA and showcase to potential stakeholders the fruits of their potential financial investment as well. The current behaviors, skills, and attitudes of the student body and environment showcase a lack of music literacy among the majority of students involved in music classes, primarily those in middle school classes, motivation to perform and participate in ensembles, primarily among the high school classes, music enrollment, respect, administrative support, and school funding. The desired behaviors consist of existing motivation and desire to perform music well at an exceptional standard with respect towards God, the music teacher, fellow students, and instruments during class time, rehearsals, and performances. The desired skills include note, rhythm, interval, scale, and chord identification, construction, and performance, solfege singing skills, and proper performance etiquette. The desired attitudes consist of viewing music performance as an opportunity to praise God, inspire others, and share the gospel, as an opportunity for self-expression through service to God, and as an opportunity to be desiring to practice for the sake of performing music. The recommended interventions to achieve our goals of improved music literacy, music enrollment, and financial funding consist of utilizing STEM lab technology, 3D and laser printers to inscribe students' favorite music notes, melodies, and phrases, iPads and HDMI hookups to improve classroom and group participation through digital music education games projected onto a screen, facilitating group learning, and Chromebooks to increase classroom participation in music literacy games as individual or group play and learning, and utilizing other relevant and fun technologies such as GarageBand, where students can create their own songs by themselves or with their friends. Piano Dust Buster, and other digital music education games. And ORF pedagogy, involving physical education and movement with music education. We will utilize gamification, game-based learning, and digital game-based learning, along with ORF pedagogy, to teach, inspire, and discipline. The delivery methods for this IDP consist of traditional interactive lectures, traditional music performance, digital game-based learning, and ORF pedagogy. Traditional lectures involve the instructors as facilitators of knowledge, with brain breaks for students to ask questions and participate as active learners through opportunities of practice and application. Traditional music performance involves group-based music performance, performing scales, sections, and pieces of music together as a band, taking what we have learned of music theory, note and rhythm identification into music performance or application, actually performing those notes and rhythms on our instruments. Digital game-based learning maintains a learner-centered approach through utilizing and adapting relevant, engaging, and fun technologies to meet the knowledge, skill, behavioral, communication, motivation, performance, and feedback needs of the students. Or pedagogy is another learner-centered approach through utilizing technologies such as QuaverEd to facilitate learning music education concepts through the medium of an existing interest, physical education. Pre-training activities are activities performed before a lesson begins to either understand the existing knowledge or skills of a student or to teach students about one segment or the foundation of a much larger concept that will be demonstrated in an upcoming lesson. These activities may consist of quizzes, warm-ups, sight reading, and musical exercises to check for intonation, rhythm, and music literacy competencies. Formative assessments occur during the learning process, a classroom, rehearsal, or other musical activity-related observations during class time. Summative assessments usually occur at the end of a semester or unit, such as a music literacy exam, school performance, or student performance exam. Assessments are generally considered post-training activities, as they occur post or after the training music lessons have concluded. The recommended changes will be communicated within our VAA and to our stakeholders through email, the sharing of this recorded presentation, administrative support, phone calls, and in-person or online meetings. These changes will be implemented through revisions to music education curricula and joint classes and resources with PE and technology instructors. The communication and implementation of these changes requires administrative support, impacts student culture through promotion, revision, and adaptation of music and technology, and affects stakeholder involvement. Key milestones of this IDP involve facilitating music performances for school and stakeholder events, increases in funding and student enrollment, summative evaluation scores, and stakeholder and student performance evaluations. These milestones will be communicated through school announcements, emails, phone calls, and meetings. Student success will be measured by formative and summative evaluations, stakeholder surveys of music performances, increases in funding, and increases in student enrollment. Formative and summative results, live stakeholder response surveys, and student perception surveys will be showcased to stakeholders and the administration. Test scores involve how well students do on their music literacy or performance exams. Stakeholder surveys take place during a music performance at a stakeholder event or location. Stakeholders fill out the survey rating the performance and providing critical feedback. Student perception surveys pertain to each student's perception of their own level of music performance, competence, and confidence performing and sight reading. The summative assessments of the instructional interventions will attempt to follow the Kirkpatrick evaluation model, analyzing and evaluating 1. The student's perception, reaction, enjoyment, and participation of the course material. 2. The level of acquired knowledge, skills, attitudes, and confidence. 3. the level of application of learned music theory and performance concepts to actual music performance. And 4. The level of long-term learner retention of music theory concepts over the course of every 2 months for the next couple of years, as well as measuring the impact of this training that it will have on the levels of music enrollment and student enrollment to RVAA. Over the next 4 years, we plan to establish, maintain, and grow a foundation of music theory and music performance to help students improve their musicianship, performing, improvising, composing, and listening. Increasing students' level of music competence and confidence will enable us to showcase these performance results to stakeholding churches. Each year, we plan to improve the quality of our music performances, increase music enrollment, and ultimately general student enrollment as well. We will continue to tour student ensembles to stakeholding churches and community locations and events, which we predict will exponentially increase year by year. Key delivery dates throughout the next 4 years include fall, winter, and spring performances, as well as enrollment and admission deadlines. Stakeholder music tours are subject to change on weekly or monthly basis depending on scheduling and church availability. I cannot thank you all enough for your attendance and interest this evening. This concludes my presentation, and I hope that you will highly consider and pray about what I have proposed tonight, that together we may glorify God, proclaim the gospel, all the while providing a high standard of music education and music excellence to our children. Now, I would like to open the floor to anyone who might have questions regarding any of the notions brought before you all tonight. Are there any questions? Thank you all once again for your time, interest, questions, and prayers. I will invite the principal up for a closing prayer. God bless and good night.